Hello viewers, this is George here. Do you want to do this faster time than the first impression? Woo! First impression of this game. Camera that bad boy. Oh yeah. That's right. This is Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed, and actually I got a little bonus edition. I'm actually quite happy with myself. I got the bonus edition. And I also got this early too, which is even weirder. But the video's coming out late. That's how it works. So, Sonic All-Star Transformed Racing Transformed, sorry. What is really cool about this game? Well, where do we begin? So, for those of you who don't know, those of you who don't know, I don't really like certain kind of racing games, and more so racing games that have to do like with the ATVs and stuff, where they're like, where you drive around in like more of a realistic driving car thing. You know, like anything like Excite Bike 64. I sort of hate those kind of games. But I really love, and I've always loved, you know, games like Mario Kart, the Crash Bandicoot Racing series, and Little Big Planet Karting from my last first impression that I did. I really love those kind of racing games because, I mean, it's just fun, it's enjoyable, the environments are really cool, and all the tracks make you feel like you're on this adventure. Like, there's this journey as you're racing along, and it's really cool. And that's what what other kind of racing games don't really do, is they don't really emulate that kind of feeling. Now, how long ago was that? Was it 2 years ago when Sega came out with Sonic and All-Star Racing? When that came out, my god, did I ever love that game. I didn't get to obviously do a first impression of it, but my god, I really love that game. It was just so much fun, and I was like, you would hear people be like, oh, this game looks really stupid. They're just a Mario Kart clone. Why are you Sonic in a race kart? And I'm just like, who gives a shit? It's a fun game. And ever since I've been hearing people who are like, you know, this almost rivals Mario Kart. And I like it better than Mario Kart. Ooh, George, what are you crazy talk? Yeah, I actually really love the Sonic All-Star Racing a little bit more than Mario Kart, because where one of the things that Mario Kart sort of like falls flat on is it only focuses on the Mario series, and although it's a huge franchise, and I mean it has a lot of characters, I always thought, you know, wouldn't it be cool if all Nintendo characters went in racing just like they would do in the Brawl series, but instead of fighting, they'd be racing each other. And you'd be going through all the things, and I thought that would be really cool. It's just one of those ideas I get. So when Sega did it, a couple years ago with the first one, I was so fucking it was awesome, because I love Sega. Sega's probably one of those favorite companies of mine, and even if it's still a really cool company. So when they did it, I was just playing that, and like the amount of like stuff that's in there, like if you knew anything about the Sega past, you would just be in like fan heaven praiseness, because I mean you'd be playing as characters that probably very little people have ever heard of. It's like, oh my god, it's the Bonsai Brothers! Yes! that's the only character I ever cared about. Alex Kidd, go to hell. So, getting to this one. So they announced when this one was announced. This one, I was like looking forward to it, and you know, finally came out. I grabbed it, and I have been playing this game since I had got it on. Which did I get this game on? Was it Friday? Hold on, what happened for us? It was not Friday. I got this game on Thursday. There we go. Yes, it was Thursday, which would have been the 15th, apparently. So I got this on November 15th. And it's supposed to come out actually on the 18th, which you probably already know now. And I've been playing it since, like, hardcore. And there's a lot I have to say about this game. Well, okay, we'll find out. So, first off, if you're expecting like a lot of characters to reappear, sort of like if you're like, oh, I can't wait for Alex Kidd and the Bonsai Brothers to come back, Oh, I can't wait for the choo-choos. And the little rocket thing. Sorry, I can't remember it. The Fantasy Zone rocket character. So far they haven't made an appearance. I haven't gotten everything because I mean you have to unlock a lot of shit in this game. Not only do you start out with a very small roster of characters because there is what is it, like 26 characters and like 26 tracks or something like that. And you start out with probably about 5 characters, and you gotta unlock the rest of them. and they don't easily hand them to you like they do in like Mario Kart. Like in this, you sort of you have to work for it. Because okay, so there's multiple ways where you can do it. You can play through the Grand Prix, where you'd obviously try to get the best place in the 4 races and whatnot. Standard fare. And you'll unlock like 1 or 2 by doing that, or even 3 depending. I know you unlock the avatars like that, but I'll get to the second one. I haven't done that yet. Doing a few other things, but where you'll get most of the characters is through the career mode, or the world career, or whatever the fuck they call it. And this is the coolest thing ever. Like basically what happens is you go through I think 5 areas in cups, and in each cup there is like these career paths that you go along, and you try to do various things. So like you might just do something like a simple race, and you can either do the easy version, medium, or hard, and depending on what level of difficulty depends on how more difficult it is. And medium is usually normal, easy is for beginners, and hard is for people who want to break their balls. And each one requires you to do a certain thing. So like if you're going on mediums, like you gotta get in 3rd place facing against these medium difficulty computers. If you're doing it hard, you gotta get in 1st place against very difficult computers, or some along those lines. Or like you would get these challenges like boost or drift challenges are really cool. You do like these drift challenges where you have to drift through between these gates to gain time in order to go and continue on. You have to go through like a certain number of gates, which is really fun. There's like the ring race where you have to go through rings and all that stuff. And they have all these different challenges and whatnot. And as you do them, depending on which one you complete, like if you complete the easy one, you get 1 star. If you complete medium, you get 2 stars. If you complete the hard one, you get 3 stars. And you collect these stars to unlock things like characters, mods, which I'll get to in a second, and other paths to go along to unlock other things and whatnot. And you also unlock levels this way. Actually, the way you unlock levels is by just simply playing the level. That's how you unlock them. So if you go online, you could probably unlock all of them at some point. So yeah, that's what you do, and that's where you unlock a lot of the characters. I'm hesitant on like saying like some of the really cool characters you can unlock in this, because there are a lot of really cool characters. If you like the last one, if you know anything about the Sega lore, the Sega's history and like your past games and whatnot, from like the Genesis and Mega Drive to Dreamcast and the Saturn and whatnot, you will be so happy. Because they added like a lot more characters, a lot more levels. Obviously, one of the levels that was like really shown prominently, might I add, is the Panzer's Dragoon. Was it Panzer's Dragoon or Dragon level? Which is a really cool level, but I mean, you see in so many trailers, it's just like, who gives a shit? But the music in it's really cool. I'm jumping all over the place, sorry. This is what happens with first impressions. I don't know, I'm not organized. So, yeah, you'll, and by doing that, they ask like a lot. Because there's a lot to do, but I mean, it gets really difficult at times. So, it's one of those things that can get frustrating, but, yeah, if you know what you're doing, it shouldn't be too hard, but I mean, it's a challenge. So, like, when you actually unlock stuff, you feel like you've earned it, like, really, really well. Like, earned it, which is really good. Because that's what's great when you earn things. What else do I have to mention in here? Everything. So tracks. So the characters that you can unlock, really cool stuff. Okay, tracks that you play on, also really cool. Unlike the last one, at least so far, because in the last one there's there's 5 Sonic levels. There's 5 levels from this game. There's 5 levels from this game. This one, there's not so much like that. So there's I think about 3 or 4 levels from the Sonic series, and then that's it. And then they have 2 levels from Jet Set Radio, or Jet Set Radio Future, and that's it. They have a level from Knights or something like that. There's a level from Golden Axe. There's a level from the Panzer's Dragon. A level from Arcadian Skies of Arcadia. There's a level from what's that thing called? House of the Dead. And it's just sort of like that, and it's oh, that's so great that they're not giving you a bunch of levels from one series. So you actually feel like this is the ultimate combination of a bunch of Sega's history put into one racing game, and that's really cool. And the levels are really expansive. They're really neat. They're fun to look at, and they're really enjoyable to play on. And I really love that. It's you go to a level and it's you might have done it before, but it's just you don't care because it's so much fun. The music in the game, unlike the last one, where you would each track had a set number of songs to it. So some of the tracks would have 5 songs, or some of these game series would have 5 or 10 songs that you could play whichever one you want. This one, each track has its own theme for it, but they're all really cool themes. So the first track you'll play on is I think it's one from Sonic 06, or either Sonic 06 or from Sonic Unleashed. Don't worry, it's not bad. It's oh no, it's gonna be a bad level. It isn't. It's actually a really cool level because you're going around the this course that's in the center. There's this Robotnik thing. Can't remember what the hell the creature is called. It looks like a scorpion crab. I don't know what the fuck it is. But so you race around it, and I'm going both track and music. Just sorry. So you're racing around it, right? And it's playing a variation of Supersonic Racing, and it sounds fantastic. I love that song. And anyway, so you're racing, and after the second lap, when you're on the last lap, you have to go down this alternate path where you go under the whole track and in this waterway, because you can transform vehicles in this one, where you'll be either driving, flying, or boating, which is really cool. I'll get that in a second. And then you go through it on this alternate path, and I was whoa, did not see that coming. Which I didn't, and it was so fun. It was so cool, and basically a lot of the tracks are gonna be like that. There are some tracks where it's just like the Super Monkey Ball track, which I think there's only one off. Thank God. You'll be going through the same thing 3 times. It doesn't change. But then you'll be doing the one from Knights, which is Dream Valley, and each lap that one changes, because you'll be going through the first stage of into Nights into Dreams, and you'll go through a portal and you'll go into a different zone, and then when you get out and then you go on the second lap, the portal will take you to a different zone, and then the same thing, the portal will take you to the final zone in it or something like that. And then I was just wow, this is so much fun. Because you feel like you're actually going on this journey. Like I said, one of the things I really like about racing games like Mario or Crash or Little Big Planets or Sonic's is you always feel like you're going on this adventure through the track. And especially with this one. This is why I like this. So far I like this one the most out of all of those. But getting back to what I was saying. And a lot of the tracks will do that, where this alternate path will open up because you're on a certain lap or something like that. And it's just really cool, and it really takes advantage of things like the element of surprise is put in there, the transforming abilities and whatnot. Oh, it's great. Okay, so where do I have to go? So yeah, the music's really cool. Each level has its own theme that fits the level well, and also comes straight from the game itself. But they'll be like remixed or like redone ever so slightly, so it fits like a racing theme to it. Always really cool. Where do I want to go next with this? The one things I have yet to try is like the battle and online, because I've been focusing on that story so much. Oh, it's so much fun. Sorry, I just had a moment there. So, okay, what do I want to say next? Transforming vehicles. This is the main focus of the whole thing. This is what drifted Jim, the whole thing, is that you can transform your vehicles. Little heads up though, is you don't actually control the transformations. Well, to a degree you can. What happens is there are set places in the course that are highlighted by like these blue ring things that when you pass through, your vehicle will transform to adapt to the next section. And there are some cases where like you can choose if you want to do a certain one, but there are very few. Like what is the Afterburners course? This is a really bad example. It's the only one that comes to mind. In the Afterburners example thing, there's a moment where like you're turned into a boat, and you can go off this ramp to go into the airplane mode, or you can just sort of go past it and you can turn into the airplane a little later, and I think it's really cool. It's like there's little things like that. That like you have to go for the airplane because the airplanes are always faster, and eventually you got to go for it anyway. So whatever. It's there. It's unfortunate that you can't really control it, so it's not like you're in mid jump and you transform and you go off. You don't do that. But nevertheless, it's really fun though. Even if you don't get to control it, it's really fun. Each of the different vehicles have their own thing. So I mean, like everyone knows how to drive the standard kart racer. It's no biggie. Then when you start flying, it's like, oh god, flying controls. I have 3-dimensional space to work with now. I can go up, down, left, and right. It's all crazy. And it has the standard airplane thing, so like pressing up makes you go down, down makes you go up, which is really dumb, but you can change it. That's not the problem. And then boating, it's like a little more slick. It's like harder to control in some ways. Which I always hated boating, like even with Diddy Kong Racing, where you could use the hovercrafts. I was like, oh, this is so fucking stupid. You can't control these things worth shit. But it's not that hard. It's just when you're trying to do certain things, sometimes you have to take really sharp turns, and the boats don't go sharp turns. If that makes any sense. All 3 vehicle things drift, which. One of the ones I don't like is the airplane, because what it does is you'll be flying like this, and when you go to drift, you go boom, boom, and it's like, holy shit! It's so weird. You can also do stunts in this. I can't remember if you can do stunts in the last one, but you can in this one, which gives you extra boosts because you do the stunts in midair, except for the planes. Planes don't count. If you're in a plane, the only way you can get a boost is by dodging projectiles and just like barrel roll. Yeah. But yeah, it's really interesting. It works. Like I said, you don't get to control you don't get to control exactly when you want to, but it happens on its own. There's some modes where you can choose which ones you want, sort of. Anything else I should probably mention? Okay, so let's get to some of the weird or bad shit I want to talk about. Or interesting stuff. Interestingly, if any of you have seen the movie yet, the character... I'm going to get this on screen here. The character, WreckIt Ralph, is also playable in this. Not only that, because everyone knew that from day one, sort of thing. But not only that, but last minute they put this person in. And I will have a nice little gander guessing that nobody knows who she is. Well, fellow people watching this, sorry about the camera being blurry, I will tell you who she is. She is Danica Patrick. Danica Patrick is a female NASCAR racer who is sponsored by what is it, Hot Wheels and GoDaddy.com. And I don't know why, I don't know how, and whatever, but she's in the game, and I guess her car looks really cool because it's like the F1 sort of thing, where it's like zoom, and it handles nicely. But she can just go off to the side. No one really wants to play as her. But she's there, for any of you NASCARians, if that's a thing. But I think that's really cool. Like, especially with WreckIt Ralph, like, it's a nice little bit of promotional bit. My only complaint with WreckIt Ralph is it's not being voiced by the guy that actually voiced WreckIt Ralph in the movie. Can't remember his name. It's being voiced by a really, really bad impressionist. He sounds sort of like Vector the Crocodile, a bit. Like Vector meets Big the Cat. Somewhere in the middle, there's like this meat that makes it's like I can't even imitate it. It's like really low but really silly. If that makes any sense, probably doesn't. But yeah, like fuck. Sorry. So yeah, that's all there, and he's actually a really cool character to play as. I have to say, and I'm pretty sure people will really like playing as him. He's sort of like the Banjo and Kazooie, but not. If that makes any sense. Probably doesn't. I wanted to try and think if there was anything else I wanted to talk about. Voice acting in this. There's this weird thing with the voice actors, or when the lines are being delivered, especially on the results screen or whatever, where there's like this filter over their voice. I can't quite pinpoint it right now, but I'm pretty sure if I was playing it, I saw like, oh, that sounds really weird. But it's like the characters are saying in like this room, and it just sounds really weird. I don't know. It just sounds really weird. It's fucking weird. It's weird. Everyone's gonna complain about. Okay, I don't know why I did that. Don't say that. Okay, so last thing that I can think of at the moment. If you get the game between a certain time, which I think is within a month, a week, while supplies last, sort of thing, you get this nice little thing up here. Can we see it on camera? There. It says bonus edition. It does say bonus edition. And basically what it is it gives you probably the first thing of DLC that they're going to be releasing, which you might be interested in. You get a bonus track of the Outrun Bay and challenges. I haven't played the challenges, but you get like Outrun Bay. If you ever played Outrun, which is a really cool game, you get like you can race in the first section of it and in the water area. It's really cool. You get Metal Sonic and his mods. I'll mention mods and some funny little stickers. I'll mention stickers. Good thing I read that because I already remember what I want to talk about. Mods. So, like I said before, in this game you do a lot of unlocking. Like it's insane. And each character you have to level up to unlock a mod for them. There is, I think, 5 or 6 levels that you go through until you star them. And what happens with each mod is after each level you unlock a mod, and the mods like modify the stats of the character. So like the first one you unlock is like a balance mod, which will take one or 2 points from other ones and place it in the other one, so like the stats are slightly more balanced, making the character more neutral. And it's alright. I mean, it makes some characters easier to control and whatnot, but sometimes it doesn't quite benefit you in the right way. Okay, and then the next one is acceleration, which will, obviously take one of the stats from one of the other ones and makes the acceleration one a little bit better. Sorry, I should be facing this way, not that way, this way. And The next one I think is like a speed, which then there's a boost, and then there is really good handling, and then one that you have to unlock through the career one is one called the console mod, which I really have no idea what the fuck it does. It takes the stats and does something different with them, which is different. And to unlock each one, you have to there's these bits in the career mode where if you collect enough of the star things, you'll unlock the console mod, which unlocks them for certain characters depending on their appearance in it. So like the first one you unlock is the Mega Drive console mod, which obviously is for Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, and Eggman. And Metal Sonic comes with his already done up, because they appeared on the Mega Drive at some point, I think, more or less. You know what I mean. Then there's one, the Dreamcast one, and there's probably going to be one for the Saturn, and whatever. And it's really cool. I should probably look into it a little more about exactly what the console mods do, because I mean, like I said, they change the stats like drastically in some ways, but I don't really know how. Whatever. It's there. Stickers. So, like in the last one, you have a license, and depending on how well you do, you get a better license, so it shows off that you're really good at the game. Sort of like achievements, but they're not. Stickers are like the in-game achievements. So, like, after you do certain things, you'll, fuck, why am I yawning? After you do certain things that are in-game achievements, you'll get stickers, and you can promote 3 of them on your license. That's basically it. The ones that come in this, they're for show. The ones that come on the DLC pack that comes in the bonus one are just for show, so it's not all that interesting. You can play up to 4 people in multiplayer, obvious, duh, and I think that's really it. One last thing. This game is really humorous. I have to recommend that if you do get this game, to go into the options menu on the main screen, and then go into the sound one, and then mess around with the voice adjustment, voice volume thing, because oh my god, basically what it is the announcer is the sample voice, so like you know how loud and soft it is. And he just says funny things, which is really great. It's like, you're turning up and he's like, yeah, now you're turning up the awesomeness. And he's like, congratulations, and whatnot. And then when you start turning it down, he's like, no, you're going the wrong way. Come on, this is my only job. It's just hilarious to hear it. It's like, what? What the fuck? So yeah, overall, I highly recommend grabbing this game, playing it. It's $40, which is pretty cheap, especially considering most standard games that come out when they're new are $60. This one's $20 off of the norm. You can get this on fucking every system. Xbox, PlayStation 3, Wii. It's coming out on the Wii U. I think there's one on the Vita. There's 3DS, and your iPhones will eventually get one, just like they did with the first one, and it'll be really shitty in comparison. It's probably on the computer too. Why not? It's on the computer. And yeah, if you really love these kind of games, you'll really love it. If you love the Sega history, the franchise, you'll really love it. Yeah, it's fun, and just don't fucking question why Sonic's in a cart, because no one questioned it when he was in the cart and drift. Fucking when you question it here. Go play this game. I missed the camera.